The second half, and maybe this is the strategy that the technical team of Kaizer Chiefs is looking to use this afternoon.
Abdel Magweed.
Or should I say, Kev, this evening. It seems like afternoon, but it's actually evening.
Ahmed Shahata. Nice little turn in the midfield as well from Juan Alvina. Referee spotting a handball.
Chiefs have to be careful. They need to counter press when Zamalek win the ball. This quick combination play of them can cause Chiefs problems. Fortuitously there, it was a hand.
On the far side of the field, but certainly the main grandstand packed to capacity in the colours of Zamalek. Well-known colours as well around the world in the white with the red stripe across the face of it. Coach well from Juan Alvina. Referee spotting a handball.
Chiefs have to be careful. They need to counter press when Zamalek win the ball. This quick combination play of them can cause Chiefs problems.
Champions of Africa in 2016, I think it was. Referee playing advantage here for that challenge by James Monyani. He's going to have to be a bit careful. Referee's making mental notes. When you join a glamour side like Kaizer Chiefs, Modi. No appeal for what might have been a handball, but I think off the chest of the defender of Zamalek. Ball knocked away by Mustafa. Group D. As we pause that thought for a moment, there's a real good opportunity here for Kalmal. Peterson not forced to make a change. A save, I beg your pardon. That's a really good chance for Zamalek.
Well, once again, they build up with that combination play. Good combination play. Goes to the left. Should have come across Peterson. Instead, he went near post. And an opportunity there.
Space again for Manzi. There must have been a slight deflection. Kaizer Chiefs defenders unhappy with the decision taken by the Sudanese official.
Yeah, you can see the surrounding there, asking him.
Somebody's going to get a yellow card, and it's
what
Maboe.
That decision was all about. Maboe. Obviously.
Manzi with a header. Peterson with a grab. Foul on the keeper. In fact, it might have been more central with Matlo coming and done against Hossam Abdel Magweed. And a bit of a head injury there.
Yeah, I think
CAF Confederation Cup. Manzi looking for the flick on as well. I think the ball eventually did come off the Zamalek side down in Zambia.
Look, Zesco is just playing to fulfill the fixture, but they've had an influence on this particular group, in the two games that Chiefs beat them. To that point, Chiefs had 1 point at the start of this campaign. And then Chiefs went on to beat Zesco twice, back to back, and then did so well in beating Al Masri.
Calls at the moment. Free kick for Kaizer Chiefs, tipped over the top by Zamalek. Globo under a bit of pressure. He might have grabbed his opponent there too, the South African midfielder. And I think the referee has done well so far, because he's allowing advantage to be played before he brings players back. And that's the correct decision.
Well, I think...
Now they've got to do it all over again.
Well, I tell you, Silva should have done much better there. I think he was in control. He didn't have to force the shot. He had a player right in front of him. That was an opportunity.
Shahata's pushed forward. Space available for the shot. Saved by Peterson.
Yeah, once again there, the keeper doing ever so well. Took it well on the first touch. Brought it around. Nothing wrong. Keeper was equal to it.
From Kamal. That's a push from the 23-year-old. Smile on the face of George Matlo.
Of this game, if it stays like this, then I don't think they need to make any changes anytime soon.
Oh, that's a clumsy challenge from Ahmed Shahata.
I think the frustration is now starting to creep in. Chiefs is keeping them at bay, and you can see the frustration from Zamalek. They don't have their way. They're at home. The crowd is expecting more, and that's unnecessary. I mean, clearly a bookable offence there. He was late. No.
Enthusiastic use of one tactic or the other. They're not purely going down the
back foot there. They can't deal with that ball. They're forced just to clear their lines, and they're not able to play out, which is.
And what Chiefs are doing nicely as well is the second ball, and another foul from a Zamalek player. Maklo is the target. Now you're going to see the targets. For me, Mapue and Glovu and Maklo are going to be the targets for that sort of challenge in the middle of the park, where there's no real danger of a free kick testing the keeper.
That second ball.
Header going in the wrong direction from Abdul. Champions. You got Al Ahly, multiple champions of the CAF Champions League. You know, still no goals in the El Masri Zesco match, and an easy save for through into the middle of the park here. Maklo just out of position. Opportunity at the back post. He doesn't reach it. That's Shehata. In fact, it's Ode Debang.
Yeah, once again the Chiefs scored a bit flat at the back. You can see the runner coming from deep there, and fortuitously he drags, but he would have been offside, I think, if you look at where the ball.
Simango. Space at the back post. There was a deflection. Was there foul play? Because Nasser Manzi was lurking dangerously, and so was this man, Ode Dabach.
Well, Dabach had his arms on.
They're lining up here, our Kaizer Chiefs. Marco just keeps it in play.
You know, they've made several changes, but they look very devastating. Just shows the quality that they have this season. And here again, a foul there. I do think one of the things that they have to say at halftime, the coaches, is just relax.
Three-man wall, little dink over the top. Nice defence there from Munyani. And pushed wide was Dabach. They'll have a corner. But Kaizer Chiefs have done well. And again, the protest, that final touch came from a Zamalek. Lilepo clears. Second bite of the cherry for Zamalek, and they've got players there. And Dabach arrives a little bit too late again. He's always lurking around that danger zone. I reckon that should have been a call from the goalkeeper, and it opens the door just a fraction, but a little bit of pushing in there as Mabue comes back to defend.
Well, it's not the first time, sorry Kev. Simang has made that error on a few occasions where he's not positioned to clear the ball. He just heads it.
Support from Shehata, space in front of goal, should have done better. And again, it's Simango who's caught out of position, and Dabach misses another chance for Zamalek. Best of the game so far.
This was basically just for him to head that ball towards the far post. Very poor. And Kaizer Chiefs can thank their lucky stars that this guy.
Lastly, that almost looks like a handball from Ndlovu. Second ball though for the midfielder. Set up for an intense second half in the two matches involving the Egyptians. Kaizer Chiefs played and were successful in this competition, 2001. They've been a little bit unfortunate on occasion. Dabach waiting, but Peterson reacts the quicker.
Yeah, Peterson doing ever so well to read that situation, came off his line. Again, you can see the combination play there.
Crucial second half, maybe the most crucial second half of Group D. Bo's run came a little bit on the late side as he kept it in play. Has done. Sold a dummy, almost stood them in good stead. But Kaizer Chiefs may be looking to do the same. And that long-range effort wasn't a bad one from Claudie Lilepo.
Well, we've seen him score from that position, and people are still arguing about the fact, was it a cross or was it a shot taken on target? But all the same, we know Lilepo has got that quality.
United obviously will be pumped after beating Zamalek. Not many sides do that. And you got the cross away as well, and good work done by George Maklo. Modi. Here's Alvina again. Little back heel. Mustafa. Oh, just needed a touch. Playing an advantage here to Zamalek. Nasser Manzi into the area. Comes off the inside post. Zamalek score. Juan Alvina, the 22-year-old Brazilian, sneaks in front of Brandon Peterson. And the Zamalek fans finally have something to celebrate. He'll pick up a yellow card for taking his shirt off, but I don't think it matters.
Well, once again, we see Kaizer Chiefs just losing concentration at a very critical moment, and they were made to pay, Kevin. A goal that came from a quick break attack, found themselves in acres of space, and the run there was fantastic. Just enough of a glancing header, and you can see the fans. Now you can see the fans getting behind the team now. That was the opening goal. Chiefs need to now look to ensure that they don't sit back and just defend this one goal. They need to get that important equalizer.
Just 22 years old, and a lovely ghosting run into the area. And the ball fed into him, and there's the signal as well.
You can see the ball not being cleared there by Simango. Plays the ball out, and now they find themselves on the back foot. Look at him, he's showing where he wants the ball. You got to ask.
But still safe as far as that's concerned. Nice little tickle into the area. Glodili Lepo. In fact, it's Monyani. The referee calling for the stretcher immediately.
Well, Kev, it's going to be important to see what Kaizer Chiefs' technical team.
Okwinika on the challenge. El Said again. Peterson's come from a long way out and gets a touch on it. Needs to be cleared by Marco. He's done well to avert the corner. Oh, he hasn't.
Wow, Peterson not doing his best. There we see Peterson coming for that ball, not doing enough. But I do think the likes of Vilakazi and Shaba.
The South African context, as far as league is concerned, that looks like well by Zamalek with El Sayed. Oh, look at the space available. El Sayed pulls the trigger. The 40-year-old scores what could be the goal that seals the place for Zamalek in the quarter-final draw. And look at the pumped-up action from Alvina, the scorer of the first. And suddenly the defence of Kaizer Chiefs goes all walkabout, and that is a massive problem.
The big question is when Glover came off, immediately you had to get a player back on. They lost the ball in midfield, and that midfield was so solid in the first half. And now you can see things are just falling apart for Kaizer Chiefs.
Came on as a substitute, integral in taking set pieces. He's done more than that.
Zamalek scored. Here's an opportunity.
Certainly is. Nice pullback. The keeper's off his line. Corner flicked in. Header! And a goal for Kaizer Chiefs.
Well, fantastic goal there. Fantastic header. We said they need to form Mabasa coming on. The well taken goal puts them back in the driving seat now. They need to ensure that they get that equalizer. We just said, let's see the pedigree, and they didn't disappoint. Brilliant there. Fantastic goals they scored.
Mabasa almost with his first touch. Great corner in by Lebakong Mabwe. Almost looked as if it was Glodili Lepo.
Lepo there doing so well, rise to the occasion. And